Ecco alcuni dei titoli che mi hanno interessato di più, presentati ovviamente al Future Games Show della Gamescom 2025. Al primo posto sicuramente c'è El Isas, un gioco d'azione e di ruolo che ricorda un po' i Souls-like, pubblicato da Nacon, uscita prevista 4 settembre. Poi Chronos The New Dawn, un horror dai celebri autori di Silent Hill 2 Remake, ovviamente Blobber Team. Siamo curiosissimi di vedere questo gioco, non vedo l'ora che esca. Tra l'altro sarà disponibile su Game Pass, parentesi. Andando avanti, Little Nightmares 3 e ovviamente Resident Evil Requiem. Come ti è sembrato l'evento e quali giochi invece hanno colpito te? Voglio saperlo sotto nei commenti.
Product not yet rated.
PlayStation.
Hi, I'm Darren, Senior Creative Director on Skate.
I'm Jeff Seamster. I'm the head of creative at Full Circle. Right now, we're working on Skate, which is the next evolution of the Skate franchise that's taking place in a large-scale multiplayer world. So all the things that you know and love about Skate will be happening alongside tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of other players.
We're excited to talk about today. I'm excited to talk about this game forever. I'm excited to talk about the systems of in the depth of the skateboarding gameplay forever. Two of the biggest new systems in the game are slappies and wallies. If you're a new player and you run into a curb, instead of falling, you now transition into a grind. If you're an expert player and you know what a slappy is, you can now get into a slappy and you can like rotate into different grind positions. It just opens up a brand new possibility space. If you smash into a wall or if you ollie late, typically you would fall. Now it's a system that you can use intentionally to wally off of a thing, get into another trick or do a late trick. Like, I don't know how many tricks there are in the game. Like, it's almost infinite, right? Like, there's held flips. You can kick flip forever. You can hold a 360 flip to do a 1040 flip if you have enough air. We always had a pretty good connection to our community, but it was more in the game's out, you know, talk to you about what you're doing in the game that's been released. Whereas we had brought in a player council, and we talked to them about like, hey, this is the idea. This is where we think we would like to go. But they were the first ones that got to play the game 2.5 years ago. That conversation is so much deeper and broader than it's ever been. There's a verticality that's different in the game now. It isn't just about footprint. In Skate 1, you couldn't get off your board. In Skate 2, you could walk around. In Skate 3, the walking around got a little bit better. We are light years ahead of where we were in the previous games, and now you can climb, and now you can swing, and now you can combine all of these systems together, and the depth of the skating is better and bigger than it's ever been. I'll leave you with one last thing anecdotally. I've had in the last 5 to 10 years, I can't tell you how many pros that are either just pros or established pros that have connected or tried to reach out to me to be like, this game, this franchise is why I started skateboarding. Like Tyshawn Jones, who's like multiple skater of the year, started skating because of this game. There are 3 or 4 tricks that did not exist until we came up with the mapping for our control scheme. No one had done them. Mike Carroll did the very first Nollie 360 inward heel flip ever. Chris Haslam did the first 360 hard flip ever in Burnaby at our mocap stage because we needed it. They didn't exist.
We are very excited for people to see like the continued visual and gameplay and activity development that is happening, you know, already in our playtest. So there's quite a bit more to come there. We are really looking forward to skating alongside you in San Van coming up on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Add us to your wish list while you're there. Really helps us to hear from you, and you'll get updates as they come out. And speaking of updates, we've got a really big one coming your way. I think it's one you've been waiting for a long time, so stay tuned with us next week.
フューチャーゲームショーご覧の皆様、こんにちは。レジデントイービルレクイエムプロデューサーの熊澤です。現在レジデントイービルシリーズ第9作となるレジデントイービルレクイエムの開発に取り組んでいます。本作ではグレース・アッシュクロフトを新たな主人公にまだ見ぬ恐怖へ立ち向かいます。グレースは FBI 分析官として推理や分析など専門のフィールドでは並外れた集中力と洞察力を発揮します。しかし内向的で怖がりというシリーズとしても珍しいタイプのキャラクターになっており、プレイヤーも一緒になって怖がれると思います。
What the hell was that thing?
廃墟と化したラクーンシティが登場するこのストーリーを描くにあたっては、ラクーンシティそのものに因縁を持ったキャラクターがふさわしいと考え、ラクーン事件の生還者を母に持つグレースを登場させることになりました。本作のゲームプレイでは一人称視点と三人称視点を自由に切り替えることができます。没入感のあるゲーム体験が好きな方は一人称視点で、プレイヤーのアクションをしっかり見たいという方は三人称視点で遊べるようにしています。皆さんは一人称視点と三人称視点どちらで遊びますか？一人称視点ではより進化した光と影の表現での没入感が楽しめますし、三人称視点ではグレースが驚いたり焦って転んだりするアクションなども見て楽しめるようになりました。本作でもたくさんの恐怖、脅威が待ち受けています。サバイバルホラーというゲームの性質上、グレースが立ち向かうクリーチャーの正体をここでお話しすることはできませんが、未知の脅威から生き残るゲーム体験を楽しんでいただけると嬉しいです。レジデントイービルレクイエムは2026年2月27日に PlayStation 5、Xbox シリーズ X、S、Steam で登場します。本作の魅力はまだまだお伝えしきれておりません。ぜひ続報にもご注目いただきたいので、ウィッシュリストの登録や各種 SNS のアカウントのフォローもお願いします。ご視聴ありがとうございました。
We have looked into your past and have seen nothing but darkness. You have all failed. encounter time and time again. And as you are now, you are powerless to change your future, or the future of Harry. We have seen the promise of your departure, the future, and your defeat. Prepare yourself. We are the last warning of the gods.
Hello everyone, my name is Konrad Tomaszkiewicz and I am game director on The Blood of Dawnwalker here at Rebel Wolves. The Blood of Dawnwalker is a dark fantasy action RPG set in 14th century Europe. It's an open-world, story-driven game which serves as the first chapter of our original saga.
For this project we created a new type of protagonist. You play as Cohen, a Dawnwalker. He is a human during the day with all of our human vulnerabilities, but for the night he transforms into a vampire, gaining supernatural powers. This creates a unique gameplay dynamic. We call it a dual gameplay loop, and I'm pretty sure the players will find it quite refreshing. Cohen's main goal in the game is to save his family, as they were captured by Brancis, a vampire lord that currently rules over the valley. He has only 30 days and nights to achieve this goal. And what happens if he runs out of time? Well, it surely doesn't end the game. His family may suffer some consequences, but we will let the players discover what exactly happens in this scenario.
Wait, are you Mihai?
Each quest moves the time forward, and it's entirely up to you to decide how you want to spend this resource. You have to manage it and face the consequences of your choices.
Choices and consequences in our game have three layers. The first is quite traditional, similar to other RPGs. You make choice and then deal with the consequences. The second layer ties into our dual gameplay loop. Day and night often presents different choices. And finally, not making a choice is also a choice. You can simply choose not to act, and the world will respond in ways that are often hard to predict.
I do realize that it may sound intimidating at first, but don't worry. First of all, you will always know upfront how much time a given activity is going to take. And secondly, there is no need to rush, as exploration in our game doesn't consume time at all.
You have only one goal in front of you, and everything else is optional. We give you the pieces, but it's up to you how you put them together. The story follows your lead, wherever you take it.
It is even possible to storm Brancis' castle right away, but of course at this point it would be extremely difficult. So instead, we encourage you to explore the world, finish different quests, find allies, and level Cohen up to make the task at hand easier. Everything in our game stems from the duality of our protagonist, including the combat, of course. During the day, when he is a human, he is able to fight with a sword and use dark magic, which is carved on his body as runes.
We are drawing from various combat archetypes and creating something new. We built responsive, directional combat that is intuitive, immersive, and fluid. It's easy to learn and fun to master.
And at night, after he turns into a vampire, he becomes faster and stronger, gaining an ability to fight with his claws and teeth, and a few other vampiric powers.
One has different skills at his disposal, which not only affects the combat, but also the way how he explores the open world. Plane shift is one of his vampiric abilities that allows him to break the law of gravity and walk on the walls and ceilings. Another example is Shadow Step, which allows Cohen to teleport on short distances. Thanks to these abilities, we can find unique ways to complete the quest. We are really grateful for your feedback, and we can't wait for 2026 when The Blood of Dawnwalker will release on PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the show.
is Caroline Walker. I came to this town to find help for my little sister, Anna. She does this thing where she draws terrifying images and somehow they become real. But it was all a trap, and now they've taken Anna.
Caroline! Are you there? They have me locked up in this horrible place. Please, help me.
What happened here?
This damn place can bring out the darkness in our hearts. You have no idea how powerful it is.
When we founded Elaran, it was just an ordinary research outpost. We had no idea what lay ahead.
That food shipments from the capital shall cease.
Abandoned by the capital, we faced isolation and starvation. Our explorations take us from the safety of the tree to the fog-cloaked lands below, which poison the soul and steal the mind. To survive, we have had to make hard choices. But we learned to fight back against the threats. With resources secured, we are expanding, living without fear instead of surviving in it. We uncover ancient technologies, and new discoveries reveal themselves to us, as do new allies and new enemies. The fog is relentless. The monsters who call it home innumerable. And when fear is about to consume everything, only the tree's light can bring hope.
Bombs, guns, bounty hunting. That was my life. But all I ever wanted was to be a chef. There's always work. Time to get back to business.
I was born here, but I grew up on the outside. I spent years trying to get in.
Why come back?
My parents. I had to find them. I needed to confront them about the past.
I love you. Never come back.
Whatever was happening here, I was now part of it.
This war is a blessing.
We failed to stop the calamity.
How did you know your parents were still in Hadia?
I didn't. All I remembered was that my father was the village blacksmith. There, I felt a connection to this country, to Hadia.
Choose your next move wisely.
You pissed off the wrong people.
I want to piece together whatever is happening here, and you want to stop it.
It became my burden.
Look at you, compromised by your emotions.
I won't stop.
Interesting. Let's continue.
For ages untold, the 12 Zodiac Guardians of the East have safeguarded humanity's fate. Determined not to fade into obscurity, they have revived the Zodiac Trials. Now they seek a 13th Zodiac. Let your Zodiac Trials begin.
Bianca, where have they taken you? God, hear my vow. Mother, you have given me the courage to be myself. Guide my steps on this forlorn journey. Father, you have taught me honor.
こんにちは。ドリームオブサナザーのディレクターバイオンです。今回ゲーム全体のディレクション、アート、サウンド、シナリオなどを手掛けました。私は今、私が住んでいる京都のシンボルの一つである鴨川に来ています。ここは私がリラックスする場所であり、ゲームのアイデアを考えるために時折訪れていた場所でもあります。本作では木やドアなどと夢の中で会話することができます。そのいくつかのセリフのイメージは、ここで見かけた鳥の動きや風に揺れる木、長時間に及ぶアリの巣の観察などから得ました。作曲においても夢の曖昧さや不安定さを表現するため、楽器だけでなく身の回りにある日用品や自分の記憶と深く関係する場所でフィールドレコーディングした音なども取り入れました。今回制作の背景を少しでも共有できて嬉しいです。ではドリームオブサナザーのトレーラーをお楽しみください。
Humans can't choose what they want to remember or what they want to forget. I'll probably forget all about this someday.
Why is it that human beings are so trapped by how free they are?
Beauty is overflowing in this world.
I don't think that's what real freedom is about.
Hi everyone, I'm Coralie Feniello, Global Producer on Little Nightmares, and today I'm thrilled to introduce you to a newly announced chapter of the game, Carnival. Little Nightmares 3 is an atmospheric adventure game in which you follow the journey of Flo and Alone. They are two best friends ever since they found each other in this lonely nightmare. This time, they are trapped in the carnival, a place that might seem joyful and welcoming at first, but of course, appearances can be deceiving. Behind the colorful lights and twisted attractions hides an uncanny resident, a mysterious, menacing presence whose shadow looms over the entire place. You'll feel it, you'll hear it, you might even catch a glimpse, but never quite enough to feel safe. Apart from the resident, you encounter other unpleasant figures. The puppet, cunning and aggressive, love putting on a show in the carnival, especially for the herds, who seem oddly captivated by them and by candy. As you'll see, our two characters find a clever way to use that obsession, drawing one of them away to get a safe passage. Little Nightmares 3 is full of eerie challenges. Sometimes you'll have to run for your life. But other times, it's better to be smart and stealthy to survive. Like here, where patience and silence are your best allies. As in the previous titles, you'll face clever puzzles that block your path. But for the first time in the series, you can now play online with a friend and face your childhood fears together. Prefer to play solo? Don't worry, the other character will be controlled by a helpful AI companion. Looks like the puzzle has been solved, but don't worry, no spoilers here. You'll get to experience it all for yourself when Little Nightmares 3 launches October 10th, 2025. And if you want to dive into the nightmare right now, pre-order a digital copy of the game on PS5, Xbox Series and PC to get early access to the first title of the franchise, Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition, on the same platform.
A quiet town, just like hundreds of other small towns all across America. A town just like yours. But it was here, on October 31st, 1963. No motive, no warning, no provocation, just senseless death. I met him 15 years ago. I thought there was hope, that he could be reached. But what I met was not a child. No emotion. Perhaps not even human. 15 years later, he returned home. But what happened that night was only the beginning. It wasn't just a killing spree. It was a reckoning.
Whoa, calm down. He was going for me to... come on, we have to go.
No. You can't stop him. You can't reason with him. You can't kill the boogeyman.
Complete Zero is an action RPG, but it's like a playable kung fu movie, so all the movements are motion captured by real kung fu masters. We have 30 main weapons and more than 20 secondary weapons. You can pick 2 primary weapons and 2 secondary weapons, so all these 4 combined together to build a set. There are tons of different playstyles and different varieties you can choose from in games. I think we may be the first one to bring all the cool weapons in Chinese kung fu cultures to this level of production. So I think this is something attractive to not only the Chinese players, but for the players around the world. People will never understand what it is exactly until they actually play it. We're something in between a Souls game and a really big like Baldur's Gate or Witcher. There are many accessible ways to navigate people around the map, but nowadays, because Souls genre is very influential, so many people will hide everything and it's super complicated, no directions and everything. We see our games are different. We even have a hand-drawn map that will guide you to the next port, because our point is to tell a story, to build our original world, and to showcase our amazing move sets. And that's all our game is about. Our game is not about very slow move or or explore or lost in the very intricate map. It's not like that. There are 3 levels of completion of our game. The first run for an average player, I would say the first run will just review like 30% or 40% of the whole game, and you will miss more than half of the content. This demo, this whole level is actually an optional level in our whole game. Very handcrafted, well-polished level that can be totally missed in the walkthrough. Yeah, Phantom Blade Zero is a new game you'll never see before. So you're welcome to follow our social medias like X, TikTok, and Instagram and YouTube. First day will be on Steam, Epic Game, and PlayStation 5 and 5 Pro. So stay tuned to our game and keep your eye on us. We will announce the releasing date this year within 2025.
Quartz. Everyone's going crazy for a taste of its power. But it also happens to be my favorite flavor. And that means I gotta get to it first. What the fuck are you doing? Can't you see I'm working here? Just try to keep out of sight. Nighty-night. Sleep tight. Bet you wish you could do that. Tasty. Now comes the fun part. And you guys were worried. I told you nothing could go wrong.
Styx, I am Grand Priest Geoffroy, and I have been tasked with recovering what you stole from us.
That doesn't sound good.
Got a lucrative job, just sitting here. This building and the Junkied Mark II, primed to be the foundation of a legitimate operation. Clean it up, power it up, and take on a handful of low-risk bounties. And then the cash will start pouring in.
They say rock bottom's the end. They're wrong. That's where the real work begins. Being in this place for a moment reminded me of greener times and places. It was good for me. I tried to run away from the things I've done. Thought distance could bury them. But ghosts don't care how far you ride. And I'm tired of running.
Why do we Mongolians never stop writing? Some days, I believe I know. I write to carry out my duty as a courier. Out there, they wait for answers, for aid, for hope. I write to survive. Gathering, crafting, hunting. Out here, the cold bites deeper, the silence grows heavier. I ride to remember where I come from, to care for those who carried us here, and to raise new strength. But other days, I ride simply to follow the wind, to hear its songs beyond the horizon. Windstorm, the legend of Himar.
By decree of his radiant might, the Emperor, you, young governor, have been generously relocated to the soggy, sheep-strewn fringes of the Roman Empire. While I wouldn't even put one sandal in Albion, you're braver than most. And now the choice is yours. Will you protect Celtic tradition or enforce Roman ambition? You are far from the marble columns of Latium, and with that distance comes freedom. The freedom to govern as you choose, to civilize the land or be changed by it. You must be starving from the exhausting boat ride over, so warm your toga and fill your belly at the local tavern with a hearty meal of roast beef and beer. Oh, and their cheese pairs surprisingly well with wine. Don't ask how I know. Maintain Celtic ways to learn their myths and melodies at the Bardic Hall, or test your physical might at the recreation grounds. If you're truly craving a taste of home, Romanize and build the Grammaticus or the theatre. Befriend the Smiths, their forges glorious. With copper, tin and silver flowing from these hills, no wonder Varda's army strikes like thunder. Oh, and a word to the wise. Varda will notice your Roman ways, and if pushed too far, you'll need to be ready for battle. Their gods, strange as they seem, carry weight. Epona blesses horses, making carts travel faster over stilted roads. Ken Nunos enriches forests. Learn the ways of their gods, and your rule may go more smoothly. You live in duality, but you will always be a Roman, so you can either govern like one, or be a sympathetic leader. Just imagine this marshland filled with terracotta roofs, paved roads, bathhouses. Oh, civilization. This place is wild, from wicker men to mystical Celtic rites. But it is also your blank slate. So will you rule with a Roman fist or a Celtic touch? What happens next? That's up to you. You can take it from here.